What is up, JG sports fans? And today we are going to talk about our recapping the Elite Eight, or the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. If you guys were paying attention, you know I was live Friday and Saturday for the Sweet 16 Elite Eight, and to say the least, we saw some pretty cool things happen. Recap it off. Everything ended up with our Final Four with Houston, Auburn, Duke, and I forget. Auburn, Houston, Duke. Sorry, guys, I'm not the best at college. Auburn, Houston, Duke. Jeez, and Florida. Yeah, Florida. I can't forget about the Gators. Uh, but yeah, what a wild week of college basketball. Let's go ahead and start with Thursday's games. So Thursday's games included our first game being Florida and Maryland, and this game is really interesting. When you look at the final score of this game, it was, you know, kind of close. For a little bit, and then Florida played a really good second half, winning 87-71. This is a good game for Florida overall, guys. Yeah, they were only up 2 at halftime, and they just played. This is what Florida does. They just pull away in the second half, shooting 50%, 40% from three. They were -6 in a turnover battle, but they were able to outshoot Maryland. Maryland struggled from three, 31%, but shooting 40%, 41% from the field on the night. So that was the first game that happened in our Sweet 16. Next, we had Arizona and Duke. This was just a shootout game. Cooper Flag did its thing, and Duke ultimately was able to outscore Arizona 193. I don't think it came as a surprise. BYU and Alabama was an interesting matchup that people thought BYU had the Cinderella run this year, and Alabama put up 113 points, 25 made threes in this game. Unbelievable. And now we head to the Arkansas-Texas Tech game. Arkansas was up by 13. What a heartbreaking loss for these guys. They lost at the last second, and the Red Raiders come back and beat Arkansas ultimately in overtime. What a comeback for Texas Tech. We had the Friday's game. Y'all saw me on stream with this one. Michigan and Auburn. What a game. Holy mackerel. Denver Jones and Pettiford took over this game for Auburn. And Johnny Brim, too, helped out as well. He had a great game. Down 9, but Auburn wins by 13, just pulling away at the end. What a win. Purdue and Houston. What a game-winning play call by Houston, and Uzan with the big shot. Credit to him for making that shot. This game was down to the final possession. Purdue competed. I thought they might win. Tough loss for Purdue, but Purdue fans, people like me didn't even have you going past the first round, but they ended up getting it done. And then we have Ole Miss and Michigan State. This was such a close game for such a long time. Ultimately, Tom Izzo's team was able to beat Ole Miss through the coaching experience of really Tom Izzo himself. And Michigan State able to win. What a year for them. Kentucky and Tennessee, really boring game. Tennessee was on Kentucky from the jump. Kentucky trailed by double digits really halfway through the first half and for the rest of the game. It was a really frustrating loss for Kentucky and disappointment as Wildcats fans have seen in the past years. All right, on to Saturday's Elite Eight games. Texas Tech and Florida, guys. We saw this one. Texas Tech was up 10 with 6 minutes to go. Someone on my chat said Texas Tech's going to win the whole thing. They jinxed them, and I said they would. Sure enough, Walker Clayton Jr. does what he does best, show up late in the second half and make big shots, and Florida ultimately beats Texas Tech by 5. Next game, Alabama and Duke. Alabama's defense just was not good in this game. Duke came to play defensively, and ultimately Duke won the game because of that. Alabama stood tough for a while before they couldn't keep up, and they got overwhelmed ultimately. Tennessee and Houston. Again, I didn't watch these games, but Tennessee, 15 points in the first half. This is why Houston can win the whole thing. Their defense is coming to play, and they're playing good enough offense with that great defense that has led them have a chance to win this championship. They're going to play the Auburn Tigers, have their hands full, but it's going to be a fun game to watch in the Final Four. Or, no. Houston is not playing Auburn. My bad. They're either playing... I think they played Duke, actually. Yeah, I think they play Duke. Let me see who they play. Yeah, Houston plays Duke. Florida will play Auburn. So, yeah, that is your rundown of the schedule for the Final Four. All right, back to the Elite Eight games. Michigan State and Auburn. Johnny Broome was hurt. His teammates played really well for him while he was out. Then he comes back and just with a banged up leg, banged up arm, still finds a way to help Auburn win. We have 4 1 seeds in the tournament, guys, in the Final Four. Yeah, this tournament was just not the most exciting. The Sweet 16 and Elite 8 were pretty fun. There were certain games that hit, and then like Auburn and or Michigan and Auburn, and then games that really missed, like Tennessee or Kentucky and Tennessee, and Houston and Tennessee in the Elite 8. I think games that hit like Texas Tech and Florida, or Texas Tech and Arkansas. First and second round, there weren't really many games that hit. UConn and Florida might have been the most exciting game in the first, second round. And then maybe Colorado State beating Memphis was a fun game. Colorado State, Maryland was good. McNeese and Clemson was good, but other than that, it was just not that exciting of a tournament. And ultimately, that's how it went this year. And yeah, kind of a boring tournament. Transfer portal is really opening these students to just go to whatever schools they want, really the higher level schools, which means, unfortunately, I think upsets are not going to be as often of a thing in March Madness as they were. And unfortunately, we might be past the glory days. I mean, we haven't had all one season in this tournament, and it could be 20 years. I don't know the exact stat, but yeah. Overall, the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight are probably going to be the highlights of this tournament. There are a lot of close games. There were games that had big turns in the middle, like Michigan and Auburn. And yeah, that's what happened. All right, JG crew, I appreciate y'all tuning in for today's today's video. I'll probably see you in a stream for the Final Four this weekend. We'll be streaming both games on Saturday and then the championship next week on Monday. NBA playoffs are coming soon, so I recommend you go check out that video. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. It'd help me out so much on growing this channel and getting more of your sports fans in here. Bronco fans, whatever team. You can cheer for any team. Yes, Raiders fans. I even let Raiders fans in my chat. I know I don't like the Raiders, but you know what? Anybody can come in. Yes, even if you're a Lakers fan, whatever. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Appreciate y'all.